The NBA is horrified of the Cleveland Cavaliers right now as Evan Mobley as well as Jarrett Allen are playing completely out of their minds in the front court for this Cavs team. And while the storyline is going to be all about LeBron James, Bronny James returning to Ohio, Bronny's first basket, and all of that, from bottom to top, this entire Cleveland Cavaliers team is just looking so fluid out there on the basketball court, and things are really coming together for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And everyone was writing off, hey, the Cavs hot start, it's just against bad teams. That's what's going on. Well, two teams that in the recent weeks at least have been named as championship contenders in the Lakers and Knicks both got the wheels beaten off them by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're going to break down what went down in this game here in this video and why the NBA is horrified of what's going on in Cleveland here now at this point. But before we dive into that, folks, again, if you guys are part of the 88% of our viewers that haven't hit the subscribe button just yet, we've been seeing a bunch of new viewers over the last little while, the Cavs being on this roll, being the exciting team that they are. If you want to join the bandwagon and, be hyped along with us here at Cavs Digest, we're delivering daily Cavaliers news, reactions, everything out here on Cavs Digest. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are very, very close to 500 subscribers. But let's dive into the news. Let's dive into what's going on because, frankly, the Cleveland Cavaliers just sent a message to the NBA and things are getting crazy here now at this point because, again, Evan Mobley just looks like he's on another level. Obviously, there's going to be some, improvement, some development out there in the offseason in terms of a young guy that we knew was going to take a leap out there for this Cavs team. But really, the way he's being utilized by Kenny Atkinson, it's just a pleasure to really watch. And on the offensive end, in 19 minutes out here, Evan Mobley had 25 points in this game, 12 of 16 from the field, right? 5 rebounds in this one, just looking crazy. Dealt with some foul trouble in this game, but still out there on the basketball court, right, is just ready to send a message, send an impact. And if we're talking about a guy in a big game, right, because despite the Lakers, you might think of them, some people are calling them championship contenders, they still have star power. This is a big game, nationally televised in terms of, everyone wanted to check in on Bronny, on LeBron, all these types of things. Evan Mobley stepped up and did it in limited minutes. Like, the 25 and 5 in 19 minutes is just something that, you can't really ask more of, right? In terms of having your star player just go off like that. So, shout out to Evan Mobley here, really cooking out there, the Lakers. But one guy I do want to give some praise for is, I feel like his talent almost gets understated at times by just the general NBA fans, sometimes Cavs fans as well. But obviously, Jarrett Allen. The defense that he played on Anthony Davis, the energy that he brought, getting rebounds, and out there on the offensive end, just really, being that garbage man, cleaning up shots, offensive boards, finishing around the lane, being a lob threat. Jarrett Allen is doing everything you could ask for this Cavs team out there at the center position. And, right, looking at the numbers, looking at the stats specifically, for this squad, right, Allen ended up having 9 and 12 from the field, knocked down his free throws at 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 2 blocks. I mean, What are we talking about here? Against Anthony Davis, against some of the better, big men out there in the entire NBA, right? Jarrett Allen sent a message out there why he was an all-star, why he's an all-star caliber center out there in this league. And, the front court of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, obviously the depth, right? Like, there's probably going to need to be a move made to shore up the depth, especially if injuries do end up happening at some point over the season. But, the front court tandem of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen is something that no real team, it feels like, in the entire NBA can really contend with here now at this point. So really, really strong performances from both of those guys. And again, I feel like I mentioned this because Donovan Mitchell, we just know what we're getting from Donovan Mitchell out here night in, night out for this team, putting up pretty efficient scoring, 24 points in this game, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. The defense, the energy he's playing on that end of the floor has been a big joy to watch out there because everyone knows Donovan Mitchell is one of the best scorers in the entire NBA, and he's doing it at a high level for this Cavs team. He is locked in, ready to go right now, and just, I love it. I love what I'm seeing from Donovan Mitchell, and again, some people might look at this game as well from Darius Garland and say, hey, 5 of 14, 2 of 7 from the three-point line. That's not the greatest game for Darius Garland, but he still had 10 assists in this one. And really, him, as well as, shockingly, Merrill, right? Sam Merrill, two guys that, again, maybe it was overstated, but kind of nothing burgers out there on the defensive end last season. Kind of got a lot of trash talk, got a lot of hate out there on their defensive end or defensive performances. And really, I thought just from the eye test in this one, both of them did have 2 steals in this game, but I thought both of them did a really good job at bringing the energy, bringing the fight out there on the defensive end. And, even though it wasn't a greatest shooting night for Darius Garland, he definitely looks just way more confident, just look like he's taking a step up. I don't know if the stats really indicate that, but just feels like he's taking that step up for the Cavs this year. So that's a huge positive. And then, it's not just those guys. Caris LeVert, and I know, Caris LeVert, it's the meme, right? What type of Jordan is Caris LeVert going to become tonight? Michael Jordan or Jordan Crawford or, Jordan Clarkson, or who the heck is he going to be, right? Because he has the most up and down kind of offensive skills that are going out there for this Cavs team. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But Caris LeVert for Sixth Man of the Year. Is that a crazy take, folks? Is that too nuts to say out here on these videos? I know the Cavs, it's a hot start, beat some good teams now at this point, and it's early on the season. We might go through a Caris LeVert drought where, he makes you want to pull your hair out. But from what we've seen from Caris LeVert to start off this year, I think it's fair to mention. It's fair to discuss. Maybe not to fully put out there in the stressor, but just to toss it, dabble our toes in the Caris LeVert for Sixth Man of the Year discussions, because, tonight, again, you're looking at the numbers, 6-8 shooting from the field, 4-6 on the three-point line, 16 points. You had 6 assists in this game, right? The Cavs just adds an extra dimension of playmaking, adds an extra dimension of scoring, and he's just looked really good, really good off the bench for this Cavs squad out here in this game. And even Georges Niang, again, you're never going to get much defense from Niang, but he's knocking down shots. He's scoring a little bit. He had 5 points in this one. Okoro, again, could probably use a little more on the offensive end, but we know Okoro brings on the defensive end. He got some Tyson minutes at the end of this one, which is good to see. But Ty Jerome, they were letting him fly, letting him cook out there at the end, but had 14 points in this game. But in Merrill, as I kind of mentioned earlier, right? Like, not the great shooting night. We know Merrill can absolutely catch fire from behind the three-point line, but he's playing defense, right? If Merrill can be just a competent defender, the level of shooting that he provides, that's going to be a huge plus for this team. So that's all stuff that's great to see. Obviously, the main storylines, you're probably not going to get balanced discussion, about the Cavs right now, because the main storylines, the main topics of discussion are going to be on, LeBron James and Bronny, and it is cool, right? Like, I don't want to come out here and trash on Bronny James or get whatever. The fans were pretty into it, in terms of him getting his first point. Bronny James, 5 minutes, got his first bucket. LeBron's still going with 26 points in this one, but a cool moment to see them return, his father and son duo, their only game in Cleveland for this year, and for Bronny to have his first points out there on a Cleveland Cavaliers court. So, it worked out pretty cool. Again, I think the storyline should be more so on how the Cavs have the NBA absolutely shook right now in terms of what they're doing out there in this Eastern Conference, the entire league right now at this point. Obviously, we'll continue to have a tough schedule, continue to have a lot of tests over the next stretch of games, so don't get discouraged if this winning streak does, come to a close at some point. But I'm running the way, 82-0. Could happen for the Cavs here now at this point. The way things have been rocking, the way they've been playing these games. So no, it's exciting time for Cleveland Cavaliers, exciting time, and we're gonna cover it all here on Cavs Digest. So make sure you guys hit that sub button. Anyways, you guys best make this far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I'm signing out. Cheers.